Hi, this is Enso from the channel So and So, and today I have I'm featuring my partner So, who also has a YouTube channel, Charlotte Carolina, who's over there making all this noise.
Man, I'm trying to. Hey.
But anyway, he's over there trying to
Cook.
make us some hot chocolate latte.
Yeah.
So that we can sip while we talk to you people.
Yeah.
But today I want to tell you one thing. I love Skittles.
She does.
I honestly love the hell out of them Skittles. And I'm about to show you a few things you may not know about Skittles. Oh, you may not care. But Skittles are the bomb.
Yes, they are.
And every time I eat a Skittle, I taste that rainbow.
Yes.
Believe me, I do. Anyway, we're gonna do a couple of challenges just to see, just to show y'all that they are true. These things that they say in the Skittles.
Right on.
So after we show you a little bit about Skittles, then we're going to go live. Well, yeah, you're we're gonna go live. And you're gonna see me do these.
Because right now we're gonna go. Right now, since we running our mouths, we audio. Then we're gonna go video, and then we're gonna go visual. You know what I'm talking about? Ow!
Thank you, Charlotte.
You welcome, baby.
But excuse me. Thank you, So. Take that Charlotte to your own channel.
I know, but you might as well keep mentioning so they can know to go.
All right, so
Because you do got most of
Charlotte Carolina on YouTube.
Yes.
Subscribe, comment, and like.
Well, actually.
And So subscribe, comment, and like.
Well, yeah, so why don't you just say that? Just Charlotte So and So.
Charlotte So and So. All right.
Carolina. So that way.
Charlotte Carolina So
And So.
and So. And with that, let's go.
The chewy candy that we are so familiar with today first came into existence in 1974. Skittles spent the first 5 years of their lives solely in Britain, since it wasn't until 1979 that North America got a chance to taste the rainbow apostrophe. There is much speculation surrounding the creator of Skittles, as nobody really knows exactly who first made them. One story suggests that a British man named Mr. Skittles looked at a rainbow one day and wondered how it would taste. Other sources state that the Wrigley Company, founded in 1891, created the candy along with other confectionery, including extra chewing gum. However, although Wrigley produces Skittles today, it is widely accepted that an unknown British company was the original manufacturer. After 3 years of being imported to North America from the UK, Skittles started being manufactured in the US as well as in Britain. There were very few flavors compared to the varieties available today. Consumers enjoyed grape, orange, strawberry, lemon and lime flavors. The famous slogan "Taste the Rainbow" came about in 1994, and is one of the longest-running advertising campaigns ever. Darcy Macias Benton and Bowles was a New York advertising agency which had been up and running since 1985, and they created the whole theme for the Skittles advertising campaign. The similarities between M&M's and Skittles have been noted through the years. The appearance and colors of the candy is very similar, but while M&M's have a chocolate center, Skittles have a fruity one. A colorful array of small candy pieces can be found from both varieties of confectionery, and where M&M's have a small M printed onto each piece, Skittles have a small S apostrophe. More than 65 countries today experience the joys of eating Skittles. It is the second most popular candy in the whole of the United States, and the most popular among children in North America. American footballer Marshawn Lynch was made a spokesman for Skittles after he claimed that the candy had helped him to get where he is today in the world of sport. The beginning of the 21st century saw some new products in the Skittles range, and sour Skittles were introduced in 2000. By 2004, people could purchase Skittles bubble.
Yeah, I like them sour Skittles. But, not constantly. Now, I've tried just about every Skittles that I could buy where I am. So I've checked out quite a few, and I love every one of them. I love the hot Skittles. They put just enough in there, you know. And if you want more heat, then you just throw more of them in your mouth. But basically, the balance is very good. So I just love Skittles.
In 2006 saw the first limited edition candy from Skittles, Extreme Fruit. While the original flavors can still be found, there are many other varieties which exist today, including Tropical, Wild Berry, and Smoothie Mixed. In 2009, Skittles became involved in social media, utilizing the internet and social platforms as a way of reaching more customers. As well as having its own website, Skittles also boasts a Facebook page with over 25 million likes, a popular Twitter account, and a heavily subscribed YouTube channel. Also in 2009, Skittles were slightly changed in a bid to appeal to vegans and vegetarians. The gelatin used in the recipe was changed to a vegan form, meaning they now contain no animal products whatsoever.
Only Skittles. That's why we just love us some Skittles. Okay, now, the second part.
Did you finish the whole video?
Yeah. This one. Now I'm on to the other one.
I didn't hear the first part end.
He did.
Oh, okay.
And this part, this is the 10 facts about Skittles.
Yeah.
And after this, we're going to go live.
Some of those 10 facts.
And yeah, we're going to test some of those 10 facts and show you. All right? So this way you'll know that they're absolutely true.
Yeah.
And then you'll know why I love Skittles. No, I love Skittles because of the taste. I love Skittles because, okay, I have COPD, as you know, because I've told you various times. And I get dry mouth, oh, so very, very, very bad. And I know people get dry mouth whether they have this or not. If you have asthma and you do any of those inhalants, you definitely know about the dry mouth. And sometimes it gets very, very dry. It goes down your throat. But I pop in a Skittle, and that helps. I mean, I not only love Skittles because I love that rainbow, but it also really helps relieve that. And believe me, I've tried the Biotene, you know, that's the spray for dry mouth, but Skittles taste better, and it makes you just feel happy. All right, here we go.
Tasty facts about Skittles. Number 10. They once drained all of the colour from their packaging and product during Pride Week. One of the most visually distinctive aspects of Skittles is that each bag contains more colour than a blender full of Marvel comics. Mars, Skittles' parent company, has played up to the number of colours each bag of their product contains by coining the tagline "Taste the Rainbow," and it's hard to imagine the company would ever abandon their distinctively fabulous design and colour scheme. In fact, the company has only ever dropped the rainbow-coloured profile of their brand once, in 2016, in celebration of London Pride Week. As Skittles detailed in a PR letter, they wanted the only rainbow that week to be the Pride flag, and to that end released an unsettlingly boring special edition bag of Skittles totally devoid of any colour. In addition, the Skittles inside the bag were similarly Spartan, being entirely white, though they were still flavoured. The company then handed out thousands of these Skittles from a giant colourless float in the Pride Parade. And speaking of being pelted with Skittles, number 9. There's a band who love them so much they get showered with them every time they play. Reliant K is a Christian rock band that has enjoyed some mainstream success and has toured extensively since the late 90s. The band, along with loving them some Jesus, adores Skittles, going so far as to release a hidden song on one of their albums, a thing something owned before MP3s became a thing, talking about how great they are. Prior to
Jesus and Skittles, y'all. If it wasn't for Jesus, there wouldn't be a rainbow, and you wouldn't be able to taste it. Thank God. Anything you want to add?
No,
You agree?
I agree.
All right.
The band would often eat bags of Skittles between songs while performing, and made sure to mention on their rider for each performance that they needed their green room to contain a near infinite amount of the candy. This love of Skittles saw it become a tradition of sorts for fans to pelt the band with bags of Skittles while playing. Amusingly, years later, the lead singer of the band admitted that he wasn't as big a fan of the candy as his bandmates and was getting kind of annoyed with being beamed on the head 3 times per show by a large bag of the flavorful delights. This was information that pretty much just encouraged fans to throw even more because, well, of course it did. Number 8. They have one of the few non-embarrassing corporate Facebook pages. Skittles are a brand noted as being one of the earliest to recognize the marketing potential of social media, and have been consistently praised for their genuine understanding of the platform's strengths and limitations, as well as humor while interacting with their fans. In particular, the Skittles Facebook page has often been singled out as one of the best corporate fan pages out there because it's actually kind of entertaining. Along with doing boring corporate stuff like responding to complaints and sharing fan photos, the brand seems to have hired whoever runs Ryan Reynolds' social media accounts, sharing irreverent observations that have both bemused and entertained fans for years. Gems dropped by the Skittles Facebook page, which, remember, is an official arm of the brand, include: if chinchillas ever lost their cool, they'd have to change their name. Every time you like this, a turtle learns kung fu. Marshmallows don't dissolve, they just use hot cocoa to transport to their homeworld. All of which I think we can agree is better than the sterile corporate doublespeak touted on other official Facebook pages. But then again, it's not like Skittles didn't have some early missteps while using social media. For example, that time they, number 7, brought down Twitter with fisting. Early in 2009, when Twitter wasn't yet the massive, globally recognized force it is today, Skittles tried to dip their toes into the world of tweeting by changing the front page of their official website to display the feeds from their various official social media platforms. In specific regard to the Twitter bit, the brand decided it would be a good idea to display any tweets people sent to the company. You can probably guess what happened next. Well, fisting happened, or rather thousands of people tweeted the brand with a deluge of profanity that was then proudly displayed on their official website. So many thousands of people tried flooding Skittles' homepage with profane content that for a brief moment they actually brought down Twitter. In other words, Skittles once broke a small part of the internet by inviting people to post offensive things on Twitter, which were later displayed on their website for millions of people and Mars's shareholders to see. Take that, Kim Kardashian! And well, while we're on the subject of viral tweets, number 6, their response to a Donald Trump Jr. tweet is considered a textbook example of how to respond to controversy. In 2016, Donald Trump Jr. tweeted an image comparing refugees fleeing ISIS with a bowl of poisoned Skittles. You might have heard about it. It was quite a news, and for a moment everyone was looking kind of awkwardly at Skittles, wondering how the hell they were supposed to respond to something like that. Think about it, not commenting on it would have sort of looked like tacit endorsement, whereas addressing it could be misconstrued as trying to capitalize on the controversy. Skittles were, in most people's eyes, kind of screwed no matter what they did. With all eyes turned to them and a public waiting for the brand to slip up, a few hours after the tweet going viral, Skittles issued a frank statement through an official from Mars to a newspaper simply stating that Skittles are candy and refugees are people, and that they didn't want to comment further. This astonishingly classy way of handling what could have been a minefield of controversy for the brand has been cited by experts on PR as a sterling example of how a company should operate online. In other words, the same company that talks online about chinchillas losing their cool also somehow managed to smoothly shut down controversy about their brand being used to dehumanize people fleeing an active war zone. Say what you want about controversy, this just shows Skittles has some amazing people working in its PR department. Number 5, a pack of Skittles somehow contains a decent percentage of your daily recommended amount of vitamin C. Moving away from politics and Donald Trump, which we're sure has already kicked off an argument in the comments, let's discuss the fact that Skittles are one of only a handful of candies that could technically be part of a balanced diet. This is because unlike most every other kind of candy that have less health benefits than the wrapper they're packaged in, a small bag of Skittles supposedly contains about 50%.
Did this nigga say vitamin?
Yes. Your vitamin C.
Okay.
He just wanted to know.
Yeah.
Daily recommended amount of vitamin C for an 8-year-old,
This nigga
which is about
say vitamin
49% more than we assumed when we started
Vitamin.
researching this, and it's about 25% of an adult's requirements. This means that, unlike, well, any other candy, there's a quantifiable benefit to eating Skittles rather than, say, M&M's or Jolly Ranchers, which have no real nutritional value. We're not saying that you should go and shovel these things into your mouth by the handful, but it is quite nice to know at the very least that you're getting something that makes you feel slightly less guilty. Number 4, if you
My goodness, people with
My
buffering.
grandfather didn't commit suicide.
What did Jesus spit out?
A damn
This is a heinous crime.
If you leave them in water, the trademark S will mysteriously float off.
We're going
One
to
of the
do
last
that
things
one.
Mars does before they send off Skittles to be bought and consumed by the public is add the little S that you can find on every candy. This little S is written using a water-soluble ink that is attached using an apparently delicious kind of edible glue we are annoyed you can't buy in stores. When you submerge Skittles in any kind of liquid, the S will magically float off and rise to the surface and sit there
I
waiting
don't
for you
think
to
we need
either
that much
drink
water,
it
though.
or try to pull it out using your fingers, only to watch it do that annoying thing where it moves just out of the way every single time you put your fingers there. There's no real reason to do this, but it's something to keep in mind if you're ever at a party and have a few on your hands and want to make someone think their drink is being haunted by an angry snake. And, well, you always know it's going to work, because, number 3, they destroy any Skittle that doesn't have an S on it. Like any brand, Skittles are subjected to strict
don't have to
quality
destroy.
control
Put them
measures
suckers
that
in a
see
bag
them being
and send
checked
them to
against
me.
perfect examples of the candy that we assume are kept in chronically well-guarded vaults.
Writing them,
Since so
telling
many
them.
millions of Skittles are produced
Yeah.
every single day, people in charge of quality control simply check one Skittle out of every so many thousand produced, and if it doesn't look right, all of them will be destroyed. Since there's not exactly many things that can really go wrong with producing a small spherical candy with an S on it, that's really the only thing they check for. In other words, Mars will destroy thousands of edible Skittles because they don't have that thing on it that no one
Hashtag send destroyed Skittles to me.
Hashtag send the Skittles you are not going to use to so and so. Thank you. Because what? I love Skittles.
cares about. For anyone curious about what happens to these imperfect Skittles, the company crushes them and sells them as animal feed, meaning somewhere out there is a cow that is eating nothing but Skittles all day. And, well, now that just leaves us jealous of the cow. Number 2. There are always more yellow Skittles in a bag for some reason.
And we're going to do
Millions of
that one
Skittles
too.
are made every day in roughly equal amounts, and then they are sorted into bags that you can buy in stores. However, if you've actually opened up a bag and counted how many there are of each colour in there, you may notice that there are way more yellow ones. Nobody is really quite sure why this is the case, and Skittles won't answer our emails. But if you take a look at videos of the candy being made, you'll notice that for some reason yellow Skittles seem to end up in the same vats as other colours. Exactly why this happens isn't clear, but there is a theory that since yellow is the cheapest colour to produce, it's the one that's made in the highest quantity. The theory continues that the plentiful yellow Skittles are then accidentally sorted along with other colours, explaining why you always seem to find more of them. Again, we have no idea if this is true or not, but it for sure is a better explanation than Skittles just messing with us. Number 1. There's a terrible film where they try to be the next Reese's Pieces. There's a scene in E.T., the extraterrestrial, where the eponymous E.T. is lured out of a closet by a trail of Reese's Pieces. This scene is long noted as being one of the singular most successful cases of product placement ever, resulting in sales increasing nearly 300% for Reese's Pieces. As it turns out, Mars were originally offered that lucrative deal for M&M's, but they turned it down. Not wanting to pass up this kind of chance twice, Mars jumped at the chance to have Skittles appear in an almost identical movie called Mac and Me. If you've never seen it, Mac and Me is often referred to as one of the worst movies ever made, mostly because it's an unapologetic cash grab full of shameless product placement for Skittles, Coke and McDonald's. As an example of how utterly flagrant the film is in promoting the brands, it features a breakdancing scene set entirely inside a McDonald's, Coke as the only thing the aliens in the film will drink, and a character who wears a McDonald's uniform in every scene they appear in. Unsurprisingly, Skittles didn't suddenly notice a 300% boost in sales after the movie was released because nobody went and saw the movie. In fact, we're willing to bet that more people have seen that clip of a kid in a wheelchair falling off a cliff. So I really hope you found that video interesting. If you did, please do hit that thumbs up button below, and don't forget to...
Okay. Now, what we're going to do now, we're going to do the Skittles, the S coming off of the Skittles. And I'm going to have a little help here from Soap. All right, I'm about to drop this in the water.
You see, she only dropped one, y'all. She ain't gonna drop a couple.
Well, I figured we could concentrate on that one. And y'all trying to make me waste my Skittles? Please. All you need to see come off is one. And I think what the thing is, excuse me, the Skittle dissolves, the candy coating. And once the candy coating dissolves, then that's what the S is attached to. So that's what actually makes it float to the top. Now, this is just a theory right here. Because,
But it might not float that quick. I ain't gonna show you on this camera.
well, see, what he should have did. Okay, so in the meantime, while we're waiting for this to do that, I'm going to set up so I can count my Skittles.
And we'll be back with that part because, and also can you put another Skittle in there, please?
Another Skittle.
As we waiting for that to do that, we have the new part 2 because this phone is dying, so we'll set up.
Should have put in a darker one, huh?
Go ahead.
Well, I don't have a darker one. I got an orange. Well, see, it's turning white anyway.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Put another one in there. Nah, and that's nah. Okay, well, we're gonna do that in part 2, so you can put those little cups up. Cause we're gonna wait for this to charge.
And what we'll do is,
We're gonna see if there's more yellow in the bag, and then, like I said, we'll come back with our answer to why there is.
well, I guess that's supposed to be the S up there. You can't really tell.
Yeah, so we're gonna.
You see it right there?
No.
Well, that's something off of it. I think that's supposed to be the S that's floating, starting to float up.
Okay.
Now, do you still see the S on the Skittle? Do you see the S on the Skittle?
I don't see a goddamn.
There it is. See the S down there?
Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
So, yes, the S comes off. That much is true. Yay! I love my Skittles. Even though I didn't have to. So as they said, if you put it in water, the S does come off the Skittle.
And we'll be back with part 2. Hold this real quick.